You know, there's just way too much blaming somebody for somebody's issues. Let's find out. All right, everybody, welcome back once again to JJ's PC Build. You know it is JJ with you once again. Look, I'm getting my nose into what's going on right now, and you know, from what I'm seeing and hearing, is everybody talking about companies not upholding to their RMA process and everything else, including ASUS. Look, if I was in the company's shoes and there was a lot of issues with it, then usually because there's a lot of people complaining because they're even complaining about a product they never bought from ASUS. Before you roast me in the comments below, hear me out. And I know this is not what the video is going to be about today anyway, but I'll get to that point, so stick around for it. The problem I have is I'm listening to many reviewers roast ASUS over the RMA process. Look, let me explain something, and I want you guys to hear very carefully. Okay, ASUS isn't the only one that has problems with their RMA policy. Amazon has problems, Gigabyte has problems, Newegg has problems, okay? Even MSI has problems, and sometimes ASRock has problems. Not just one company. They all have problems right now. You think it's maybe a weak link in the chain? Maybe it could be. So you never know. It could be that they need to tighten up on the performance and see what's going on, or they need to find out where the weak link is and kind of say, hey, let's fix this. But I'm waiting to see what's going to happen next. Even though ASUS put out a second formal of apologies, you know, maybe they're working on the situation, trying to get things reared around. But there's more than one reviewer that's talking about ASUS and their RMA problems, and, you know, them sending back to the reviewers, which you never do, sent them a refurbished motherboard or refurbished product. If they sent you the original product, they expect, you know, you to fix it and send it back to them. I understand that. If it's the original product, that would be common sense. You know, if you send like a motherboard to ASUS, find the problem, fix the problem, send the motherboard back, the original. This way, they know what they're getting. I'm going to make this point, if you RMA anything, number one, write down the numbers of the motherboard. The motherboard has numbers. Write it down, so that way you'll know if they send you a new product or they send you back your original. See, smart business would say fix the original and send it back, and if that doesn't fix it, then send the customer a new one. You know, guys, you can't expect new every time that you send something back. I know you bought it brand new, but at least if they fix your original, then problem solved. So just use common sense when you're RMAing your products. Excuse me. So you know what you're sending the company. And this way, make sure you take pictures, photos, and all that and sort. But let's move on from that. I'm not going to get into the RMA issues. I'm going to let everybody else do it. I'm just going to watch. It's because, number one, I bought 3 motherboards from ASUS. They're AM4 motherboards. AMD AM4. I can tell you, I took them out of the package. Pristine. Benchmarked them. Pristine. Everything's working completely on those motherboards. So I have no problem with ASUS. Now, if I were to get a product from ASUS that wasn't working correctly, the first person I'm going to look at is who sold the motherboard to me. Even though it has ASUS name on it, if Amazon sold it to me, those are the first ones I'm going to. Because I have a warranty with Amazon. and they have to uphold to the warranty. I'm not going to look at Asus or anything else. That's Amazon's problem, not mine. And after my 3 years is up on the parts, then I can look at Asus for 2 more years. So, said and done. If you don't want to deal with Asus, then buy from Amazon. Get yourself a 3-year warranty with Amazon. Be done. Just be done. Okay? And then after the 3-year warranty is up, then register your product with Asus and get 2 more years. Don't register it as soon as you get it, because that's going to be the mistake. Because then you got both warranties going at the same time. Let your 3-year warranty run out with Amazon, and then, register for the 2 more years with Asus. So, in that 3-year time, in that 2-year time, if you got a problem in 5 years with that motherboard or whatever part, send it back to the company you bought it from before you send it back to the manufacturer. But if you didn't get a warranty, you can't blame anybody but yourself. Everything that I do, every part that I buy, I make sure it's got solid warranties on it. And I hold the company responsible for those warranties. So I do things a little bit differently than everybody else, as you know. But that's not why we are here today. We are here today for the simple fact. I wanted to look at power supplies. I usually don't go off and, do the power supply thing. I usually stay with motherboards, CPU processors, and RAM. But today we're going to go look at a power supply because I'm kind of needing a couple power supplies anyway. So I wanted to take you along with me to see what's cooking with the power supplies. So let's switch to the action screen and see what's cooking. Now we're on the action screen. I'm not cutting any of this video. It's just going as it is. We're just going to go and hit Google. And we got DuckDuckGo. Look at this. 56,000 right here. 56,369 tracking attempts blocked. And that's with DuckDuckGo. So that means at least I'm getting some kind of protection as I surf. Let's go to Amazon. Reason why I go to Amazon is because even though that I've had problems with them once or twice, I still go to them for the simple fact they're trustworthy. Just like Micro Center. I'd rather go inside Micro Center and shop than to get things on the go. But if I can't get my hands on them, I got no other choice but to travel 6 hours up to Micro Center, spend a day there, get what I need, and then come back home. So, let's click on the computers. Let's look for PC power supplies. Did I spell that? No, I didn't. Y'all be quiet. I know y'all are going to say, well, Jay, you learn how to spell. Okay. Now, this is a 750 watt by Game Power. 80 plus bronze. Believe it or not, I got a 750 watt by Thermaltake. 80 plus bronze in my PC right now. Never had a problem. And with this power supply, this is my 2nd year on this power supply. So, I can tell you it's really good. Now, let's see. That right there for 750 watts, it's kind of shaky on the power supply. Because that's not... When I look for a power supply, I look for Japanese components in the power supply. Because the capacitors, you want them made in Japan. Those are the kind of capacitors you know that are going to last. Because when it comes to a power supply, usually when it power spikes, the first thing it hits is those capacitors, and that usually 9 out of 10 chances why you're getting the spikes. Either that or your graphics card is pushing it a little too hard. So that's a 500 watt. It's not what we're looking for. This is fully modular, 850 for 114. No. AGV, 750 watts. No. Cooler Master, no. No. It's not that I don't want a Cooler Master. It's just, it's not my brand. Corsair's my brand. Thermaltake's my brand. Those are only really two power supplies, that I can really trust at this point. And Piva, I don't know. I've been checking them out, and I haven't heard one or two bad things, but nothing really critical. Not all power supplies are the same, so do keep that in mind. I haven't tried the Asus Tough Gaming 1000 watt gold. I might try that. I don't know. Y'all leave me a comment below what you think you would like. 600 watts, that's a little too small for me. 550 watts, no. Let's see if we can nail this down a little bit further. Let's just do this. Let's go 900 watts and above. I just want to stick around the 1000 watt range, really. So Corsair, I've had, now this is the power supply I've had, but I used that in that Christmas build, so I might think I might get another one of these again. It's a really good power supply. I can tell you that because I've ran it, I've tested it, and it ran real good for me. It's got some decent parts in there. So, it's got some really good parts in there. So, I have no complaints about the Corsair RM1000E. Now that I've seen this one here for 1300 watts, and it's got a 10-year warranty on it too. So, I mean, let's have a look at this. Let's see, 5.0. Let's see, it's got a 12 volt high power on it. Looks like it's got 4 PCIe connections for your graphics card. Well, actually, total of 4. One 12 volt high power and got 3 smaller ones. But also, too, it's got the CPU connection, 24 pin. It's got SATA IDE on it, which sooner or later, that's going to go out into the extinction zone. So, but for 1300 watts with a 10-year warranty, I doubt that they're going to be around for a whole 10 years. Usually companies they don't, some of these newer companies don't last that long. So you got to keep that in consideration too. What kind of warranty you're going to buy with that. So they got the 1000X. I don't know why I keep looking over the 1000X. Why do I keep looking over it? What is different between the E and that? Okay, so it's got 6 PCIe CPU connections. It's got a split motherboard connection. It's got SATA connection. 6 SATA connections. I don't know. If you get them new graphics cards, that might be something you might want, because this is, well, you can't really, because for the simple fact, one's for the CPU. But you got 5. Got 5 connections for the PCIe. I don't know. That's kind of iffy with me. Looking at it, it's kind of iffy. I mean, let's look at it for the same price with the Asus Tough. Let's see what kind of goobly gob they got with this. Show me the power supply. Let's see. It's got 3 CPU PCIe connections. It's got an apparel connection. Oh, lordy. No, that's... It might have the 12 volt high power, but no, not for that price. They got something on there that... No, that's just too much. They got XPG Core Reactor 2 for $129, but what size is it? That's the question. Look at this. Warranty 1000. 10-year warranty. Oh, 10-year warranty. My bad. It's 1000 watts, what they're saying. Oh, let's see. Come on. It's got one 12 volt high power. It's got a Molex SATA connection. Wow. It's got the motherboard. It's got the CPU VGA. Oh, God. No way. Okay, pass. That right there is like a pass So, yes, I'm being picky. I know I'm being picky. Well, this one right here, this looks interesting. This is by Thermal Take. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 total connections. It's got the apparel SATA. Apparel could be anything. It's got the 24 pin ATX, got a CPU, PCIe. See. And this is supposed to go, this says true 600 watts. True 600 watts. Let's see. Let's see if they show me the money shot. Okay. I guess they ain't going to show me the money shot. So you get, when you look for a power supply, you look very carefully. Other technical details. See if it gives you any. See, when I look at C6 and C7 state ready, must be something new I don't know about. It's got a user manual. Now I want to see the actual money. Looks like expensive mistake. Expensive when it breaks. That's with all power supplies. You get you get what you pay for, and the thing is when you pay for it, then you think that it's too expensive and everything else and blah 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 blah. I don't think that one's too bad. So, especially 1200 watts for $160, not bad. Not bad, not too bad. Okay, let's see. Thor, ROG Thor, 1200 watts. Look at this. Okay, now what would you buy? Which one would you buy? The $300 one, or would you buy the $160 one? And you got to really think about this. So, I mean, you got this one right here for $139, but this is 1,000 watt. This is $170 for 1,300 watts. This is 1,000 watt for 173. 1,600 watts. Look at that mess. But I'm sure you're not going to be, because this right here, this power supply right here, is used for crypto mining. You can't use that. See where it says miner right there? So, and it's not going to work for your PC very well. It could if you do some modifications, but, like I'm going to tell you, don't do it. Don't waste your money on something like that. They got this Be Quiet for $250, and that is 12-1500 watts. Okay, that doesn't make sense to me. That just tells me it's a 1200 watt. 1,300 watts with an EVGA, 1,300 watts, 1,000 watts. No, I wouldn't touch Gigabyte. I heard too many horror stories about their power supplies. Red Dragon, I couldn't tell you. But I do get their keyboard and mouse, and, the Red Dragon keyboard and mouse. Oh, got an itch on my foot. Okay. $99 for this one right here. Oh, boy. With 90% efficiency or higher typical loads, stable continuous output at 1,250. Wow. 600 watt, 12 volt high power, 16 pin. 600 watt. And that's only $99. That's only $99. Wow. Why? Where's the money shot? Apparel, IDE, SATA, made in China. Guarantee. They even got a 4-year protection plan on it that you got to pay extra for. I don't know, people. 1250 watts for 99 bucks. That's kind of. And they got this Apiva one, but that one looks better than the Apiva one. I don't know. 1200 watt thermal take for 209. If that's true, I don't know them. I couldn't tell you about their power supply. EVGA for the win, 180. Okay. We'll go through one more page. And then I'll give you my final thoughts at the end. 1300 watts. 1200 watts. Of course, they're 1000 watt SFX. I don't know. It's kind of mixed bag with me, guys. Seasonic's not bad. Seasonic Focus for 130, 1000 watts. I hear a lot of people using Seasonic. 10-year warranty, not bad. They also XPG. Like I said, I don't know. Never used their brand. Oh, that's a biggie right there. I don't know. I don't think I need something that big. They got a 1600G, 1600 watt. Wow. 1000 watt, 1200 watt. Might be worth something. That's if it's shipped from Amazon. What I look for is being shipped by Amazon. That's what I look for when it comes to that. Because if it doesn't say it's shipped by Amazon, nope. It ain't gonna be shipped by Amazon. Okay. So, still, it's not a bad deal, but if it comes good, it looks like it's almost 5 stars anyway, so. We're not gonna go that route. Nope, we're not gonna go that route. Nope. Well, GF3. I thought that was a GF3. Yeah, that's 1200 watts. That's 1000 watts. I think I would get the 1200 watts over the 1000 watts, truthfully. If I were going to get that, I would get the 1200 watt. So, I mean, they got LC power. I don't know them. They got this off-brand. I don't know. Deep Cool for 151 bucks. They got a whitey. If you want to do a white build, it's not too bad. Game Max 1300 watts. It's a little expensive. Okay, now let's go back to the main screen, guys. Okay, now I'm gonna be honest with you. What I've seen was that, Thermaltake, they have a good one out there for the price that they're selling it at. I mean, 1200 watts, you probably won't use all of it, but I'm still thinking to myself, maybe a 1200 watter, might be good for the gaming build I want to do. I'm just picking up parts and pieces right now until I come up with, my actual next build. I'm taking my time with it. I'm not picking my parts all up at the same time. I'm taking it piece by piece. In first place, the first thing I'm starting with is the power supply. Reason is because if I can get the power supply at a decent price, that tells me that I'll have the ample amount of power I need for the next piece or any piece that I buy for the build. So that's the reason why I was looking at power supplies first. Also, too, I'm waiting for Computex and see what's coming out. It's in Taipei. We'll try to see if we can, film it from here. If we can, we'll try to do that. If we can't, I'll let you know. But we'll try to film it from here. I'm sure AMD and NVIDIA and Intel and all them will have something cooking. So we'll see what they got cooking, and we'll see if we can go live as well. But as far as power supplies, best thing I seen was the thermal take that was at $150 for 1200 watts. I have thermal take 750 watt in my PC for my content creator work, which games as well and everything else. So I just wanted to get a gaming PC and take and move my games over to the gaming PC and break it away from what I do content creating with. And yes, I do content creating with a B550 motherboard and a 5700X Ryzen 7 processor with an RTX 4070. My computer's not that bad. At least I'm not on the AM5 platform going through all the headache right now of the good, bad, and ugly that's going on right now over there on that platform. Like I told y'all, I am going to wait until that platform seasons a little bit more and gets more perfection on it before I even try to recommend to somebody to go over to AM5 or Intel with the DDR5, the 13th and 14th gen. Have to understand something. What's coming out of the woodwork right now is all the problems. This is what you want to have them get resolved before you decide to buy. And also, too, I wouldn't really buy Intel anyway right now, not until they go up to their next gen. I am kind of hesitating on AMD until they move up to their next generation, which is going to be the 9000 series. Then after the 9000 series, I think they're going to do away with AM5 and go to AM6. I'm hearing rumors of it right now, so doesn't look like the AM5 platform is going to succeed like the AM4 platform did. So, and be honest with you guys, I mean, if they're still selling the 5800X 3D, the 5900X, the 5950X, you know, decent processors for the AM4 platform with a decent B550 motherboard and at least 12 to 14 phase VRMs on that motherboard, you ain't gonna have no problem. I'm running the 40 series NVIDIA graphics card with this setup, so I don't have a problem with it. Seems to run good for me. So in what I do, the games I play and everything else, I don't have a problem. So I figured I'd bring that really quick to you guys and tell you, yes, I'm working on a new build. Hopefully I can get all the parts that I want for a decent price. And that's the reason why I'm conservative shopping right now, just like the rest of the consumers. And then when I get it all together, then we'll do another live build. And I'll show you all the parts that I got. I'm not gonna do like I did last time, do them individually, because everybody got butthurt and says, well, how come you didn't put it together into a build and this and that? I'm just gonna put them all, get all the parts together, and then do one complete live build, so you all will see the parts all at one time. And I won't do any more, showcasing them, because obviously you guys think a build's coming behind it. So doing the pieces individually, just to show you what I picked up, I'm going to have to leave a little bit of a teaser in there for you. So you're going to have to wait until I get all the pieces picked up. I might throw a teaser in there for you before I do the build, so do expect that. So make sure you're watching all the videos from beginning to end, because you never know when I throw a teaser in there. Keep that in mind. But anyway, and if you made it to the end of the video, it is much appreciated. It is more appreciated if you subscribe to the channel, put a positive like on it, and also too, make sure you turn on your notification bell so you know when I post the next video. And I want to thank everybody, and I mean everybody, that has subscribed to the channels, and welcome to the family, welcome to our community. So until the next time in the next video, we will see you on the next one.